Hi everyone, and welcome back to Code Realize Future Blessings. We're going to be we're going to be continuing down Victor's route. I say finishing because I've already recorded 2 episodes and I'm having to make a new intro for this video because of where I left off. And so I cut the last video off a little bit early just because the spot I was going to leave off, it wasn't as good of a, I guess, pause and transition between videos, so I chose the 40-minute video for the first one. And now we're going to figure out why Cardia is feeling the way she is, and Victor will be addressing her concerns now. Anyways, let's continue reading. When one's every day is quiet and calm, that state gradually becomes the norm. And this 12th early morning was the very definition of such days. Victor had returned home from work, and we were sharing a late tea in my bedchamber.
Cardia?
ん?
どうしたの?さっきからぼーっとしてるけど。
Startled out of my reverie, I look at him. My tea had already gone cold. I had been gripping the cup with both hands.
体調がおかしいなら、一度詳しい検査をしてみるけど。
I'm fine, completely fine. And it wasn't a lie. Physically, I felt fine. I gulped down the rest of my tea as if to add further emphasis to the statement.
そう?昼間でも、もしおかしいと思ったら、すぐに教会を訪ねて構わないからね。仕事中だとか、変な遠慮はいらないから。僕の心配しすぎかもしれないけど。
Victor reaches out to comfort me, placing a dainty kiss on my cheek.
やっぱり、君のことが大切だから。大事な恋人だしね。
Thank you, Victor. I pressed a palm against my cheek and take a deep breath. Could it be the reason I feel so anxious sometimes is simply because I'm unused to being so happy? Rising in the morning and seeing Victor off, taking care of housework, greeting him when he returns. Idyllic days spent with one another. Calm and happy days. But I can't help but wonder how long will they continue? How long can they continue?
ねえ、やっぱり少し調子が。
A guest? From the Royal Society?
うん、かもしれないね。ちょっと見てくるよ。
Neither of us could have imagined how thoroughly and completely wrong we were. Lupin? Oh, Saint Germain.
お久しぶりです。フラン。そして、カルディアさん。
I was gonna say he's going to be my second guest because they seem to visit in everyone's route. Saint Germain? We should show up at our doorstep, his doorstep, but one of our gang, Count Saint Germain.
伯爵、ご無沙汰してます。元気そうで何よりだ。
I was hoping something specific was going to come up during that tea, but I guess not. I guess it's later.
ええ、そちらもお変わりなく。急な来訪で驚かせてしまいましたね。
Hardly. I only wish she'd sent word beforehand. I would have made something special.
それはまた今度の楽しみにとっておくとしましょう。
伯爵は仕事でフランスに行っていたんですよね。もう落ち着いたんですか?
ええ、そうですね。そんなところです。
So you'll be staying for a while. I keep rooms ready so you can settle right in.
ゆっくりしたいのは山々ですが、長いはできそうにありません。本当はこのまま全てが平穏に進めばと願ってやまなかったのですが。
Oh, is there something wrong with idea? Saint Germain, did something happen? A heavy silence descends upon the drawing room. Saint Germain stood with a bowed head for some time. At length he lifted his gaze to meet ours, and there was pain in it.
実はあなた方に会ってほしい人がいます。いえ、あるいは向き合わなければならない相手と言うべきなのかもしれませんね。
Goodness, what is it? Our mysterious friend's face remained grim as he bade Victor and I leave the mansion. Scarcely a word passed between us on the way to where we were going. We walked almost the entire distance in silence, only to arrive at our bridge. Night winds passed through the struts and girders of London's grandest bridge, keenly eerie. Beneath the stars and so high above the city, its constant din was reduced to a low murmuring echo.
妙だね。誰もいない。この時間でも人ぐらい通りそうなのに。
He's right, it's quiet, too quiet. And it isn't just the lack of passerby. Just standing atop the bridge makes my chest feel pulled taut like a bowstring. So taut that it might snap in two should we make the wrong move. Who is this person you want us to meet?
じきに来ますよ。
I was just joking with Idea. I don't even remember Idea showing up in this. Mere moments after Saint Germain uttered these words, the sound of the city below simply ceased. Oppressive metallic clinking heralded the arrival of a majestic figure, a white knight. The figure stood out against the black of night so starkly one could scarcely believe its armor did not radiate light.
騎士。
That armor? I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before.
サンとあなたが出会って以降、私はずっとあなたたちを監視していた。どこかで見かけた可能性は否定できない。
The voice that resonates forth from the figure's helm is entirely at odds with the domineering presence, a woman. Victor and I look at each other, mouths agape.
監視？僕たちのことを。
詳しい事情は私からお話しするわ。
The imposing knight yields, followed by a incongruous speaking of a small-wheeled vehicle echoing across the bridge. Seeming to coalesce from the darkness, a sight even more baffling than that of the knight, an elderly woman in a wheelchair. The sharp ethereal glint in her eyes, however, could hardly be termed elderly.
はじめまして、フランケンシュタイン博士。そして、アイザックの呪われた娘。
How? Why do you know that name? My entire body goes cold. It feels as though an invisible, ghostly hand has stroked the length of my back.
あなたは一体。
That gave me chills just thinking about it. Ghost stroking your back.
その様子だと、サンはまだ何も話していないのね。
This is strange. This is like the only route, I guess, besides Saint Germain's, but they weren't really present in Saint Germain's. That she's being confronted. The old woman draws closer to us, a faint smile playing about her lips. Somehow the wheelchair seemed to have moved up on its own accord.
私の名はオムニブス。イデアというある組織の総帥を務めているわ。
Idea. Hearing the name once again, that familiar ring tinged with tragedy brought my memories back in full force.
運命の代行者、歴史の導き手、さまざまな呼び名がありますが、ああ、それよりもイデアの使徒、そういえばご理解していただけますか？
I feel we have been drawn into disaster, and again a cold shiver passes through me. I move closer towards Victor, who embraces me from behind, and steel myself against these apostles as best as I can.
そう警戒しなくてもいいわ。今私たちに敵対の意志はない。
Yeah, I thought there was going to be another apostle that appeared during the main game. He never showed up, and so I know he appears in this game, and I thought it probably just Finis's route because, it's Finis and he's still alive. But maybe it's in this one. I don't remember anymore.
なら教えてほしい。イデアというのは一体何者なんです？
私たちを示す言葉は数多いわ。歴史の管理者、運命の導き手、人の世を正す者。この世界が間違った歴史を歩まぬよう、人を正しき流れへと導く存在。それが私たちイデアという組織よ。
It seems strange that she appears during a route where her horologium is inactive, though.
そしてここにいる騎士ギネビアやあなたたちと行動を共にしていたサンもイデアの使徒の一人。
お二人には騙すような形になってしまい申し訳ありません。
Ninjamane's ever-present smile is clearly pained. So disgraced did he seem, one might forget he was capable of the bone-chilling Ritkus grin he displayed in the underground lab. He never wished to be caught out like this. The ache in his outwardly placid smile spoke volumes.
人の世を導く存在だなんてにわかには信じがたいけど、仮にその言葉が事実だとして、そんな人たちがどうしてここに？
今日はね、博士、あなたに軽い忠告と提案をしに来たのよ。
Maybe it's because that he has the means to possibly resurrect the Philosopher's Stone. With that, the old woman calling herself Omnibus nodded at the thoroughly dubious Victor, and then at Guinevere, prompting her.
大英帝国宮廷錬金術師筆頭官ビクター・フランケンシュタイン。当代きっての天才と謳われるあなたの頭脳から生まれるものはいずれアイザックをも超える可能性がある。
Yeah, so there you go. You're afraid of what he'll come up with.
僕がアイザックを？
そう。あなたはすでに神の御業に手が届くまであと少しの領域まで来てしまっている。だけどアイザックが禁忌に触れ何を生み出してしまったかはあなたも知っているはず。
For the briefest of moments, Victor's eyes dart towards mine. Responding to his unspoken plea, I grip his hand firmly in mine.
だからこそ私たちは今ここで忠告に来た。科学技術が不要だとまでは言わないわ。あなたが研究を続けることを止めもしない。ただよく考えてから手を伸ばしてほしいの。取り返しがつかなくなる前に。
オムニブスでしたね。あなたに言われるまでもありませんよ。
Still holding Victor's hand firmly in mine, I feel his pulse quicken with purpose.
僕は良かれと思って研究したことを利用され、たくさんの人を殺め、傷つけた。だから、もう二度と間違いは犯さない。何かを作るのなら、それに見合う覚悟と責任が必要だって学んだから。
賢い答えね。さて、忠告はこれで終わり。ここからが 本題になるのだけれど。
The main topic. Omnibus, wearing a self-satisfied smile, shifted her gaze from Victor to me. I could not imagine why, though the old woman is of gentle manner. Her true intentions remain completely opaque. I found that oddly terrifying.
アイザックの呪われた娘、カルディア。現在、ホロロギウムはほぼ活動を休止し、あなたは人として生きているけれど、私の見立てが正しければ、あなたが胸に抱く猛毒の宝石はいずれ活動を再開する可能性がある。
No. The horologium? The smear stone I had finally been freed of that once made me a toxic monster? The poison might come back?
ふざけるな。そんなことありえない。あらゆる計測法を用いて確認しても彼女のホロロギウムは安定してる。10年単位で見たところで活動再開の可能性は確実にゼロだ。
His face a mask of anger, Victor balls his hands into fists, barking out his words. In sharp contrast to the enraged young professor, Omnibus nods simply.
今のところはね。これはあくまで100年、1000年先の話よ。
Then that means there are no problems.
そうね。普通の人間なら関係ない。
Meaning that she's going to live beyond Victor's years. The old woman's words are like a blade severing our hope. My breath hitches, and so does Victor's. Her eyes were full of pity, not malice. Somehow that made it even worse.
気づいたかしら。その身から毒が失われても、あなたの体は本質的に人と異なっている。心臓を持たず、食事も本来は不要。そんなあなたの寿命がどのぐらいかは私にもわからないけれど、数百年あるいは1000年以上にわたって生き続ける可能性も否定できない。対して今あなたの隣にいる博士の寿命はせいぜい50年足らず。
No more than 50. He's gonna die in his 70s? I'm guessing he's in his 20s. I don't want to think about this.
この意味がわかるかしら。
I've been trying desperately not to think about this. The unthinkable suspicion I had been harboring mercilessly ripped out of me. My soul screamed in silent agony.
何が言いたいんだ。いくらあなたが伯爵の知り合いでもこれ以上彼女を追い詰める気なら。
そんなに睨まないでちょうだい。私はただあなたに選択肢を与えたいだけなの。
Don't glare at me.
よく聞いて、フランケンシュタイン博士。サンやギネビア同様、あなたにはイデアの使徒になる資格がある。
I totally forgot he got offered to become an apostle. I totally forgot this. Victor is...
なんだよそれ。どういうことだ。僕にあなたたちの組織に入れっていうのか。
ええ、歴史の管理という役目を果たすため、イデアの使徒は不死の体を与えられる。ここにいる2人も数百年、数千年にわたる長い歴史を生き続けているわ。
You can live forever with her. You mean... All at once, her cryptic statements crashed together in my mind, and I understood all she had been getting at. If I understood it, then so did Victor. I reached out to take his arm, and he jerked violently at my touch.
使徒になるには魂の資質が必要。あなたの他の3人の仲間にはそれがない。これはあの中で唯一あなただけが望めば手にできるものよ。
僕が無限の時間を彼女と。
Victor's eyes dart about, hesitant, considering. He opens his mouth to reply, but Saint Germain coolly steps in, preventing a rash response.
オムニブス、都合のいいことだけを吹き込むのはフェアとは言い難いのでは。
I know, right? You have to go around and kill whoever she tells you to.
ええ、分かっているわ。ギネビア、お願いね。
フランケンシュタイン博士、後の誤解を招かぬように言っておくわ。イデアの使徒は不死の実を得る代わりにその後の人生のすべてをイデアのために使うという責務を負うことになる。私たちイデアは人の世を正すことで罪なき人々を災いから守る組織。その最大の任務は人の息をはみ出し災禍をもたらす者への粛清。
つまりイデアの使徒の任務とは世界のために人を殺すことに他なりません。
An unthinkably high price for immortality. Neither I nor Victor can speak. For once, I am completely and utterly speechless.
どうかしら。今あなたには2つの道がある。ここで私たちの仲間イデアの使徒となり、その子と共に永劫の時を生きていくか、それとも人として生きることでいずれ彼女を一人残して行く道を選ぶか。あなたはどちらを選ぶのかしら。
A trickle of cold sweat runs down Victor's cheek. This person, Omnibus, does not seek to deceive us, that much is clear. She speaks the truth. It was this matter-of-factness that made it so awfully cruel, so deeply frightening.
一つ聞かせてほしい。世界に災禍をもたらす者の抹殺がイデアの役割と言ったけれど、ならここにいる彼女カルディアもその対象に含まれてるんですか？
その通りよ。ホロロギウムは危険すぎる。故にもともとは3に抹殺をさせる予定だった。
Saint Germain, is that true? Aww. His voice quivered even now.
ええ、その通りです。私もイデアの一員として世界が滅ぶ要因となりうるもの、その全てを消し去る責務がありますから。
今はサンの訴えと博士がホロロギウムを休止させたことで保留ということにしているけれど、再びその宝石に猛毒が宿る日が来れば、その時はもう容赦はしない。
A long silence followed.
少し考える時間が欲しい。
Omnibus releases a faint sigh. It seems at least she does acknowledge Victor's struggle with the decision.
ならば3日間あなたに時間をあげるわ。その間にイデアへ入るか、人としての命を全うするか、それをよく考えなさい。
The old woman takes a long, pointed look at each of us before her wheelchair slowly begins to trundle away. Then, without a sound, the figures of Omnibus and Guinevere melt into darkness. The sound had returned. The bridge remained as quietly silent. Victor and I were in a state of total shock. We could not even groan, let alone form coherent words.
申し訳ありません。できればあなたたちには何も背負わせず幸せになってほしかった。それなのにこんな形になってしまい本当に。
伯爵、あなたがフランスに行っていたというのは嘘だったんですね。本当はあのオムニブスの元を訪れて僕たちに干渉しないように働きかけてくれた。違いますか？
やめてください。仮にそうだったとしても失敗した以上何の意味もありませんよ。
No, it wasn't meaningless at all. You had every chance to kill me, with no debate whatsoever. You're the reason she offered Victor this chance, right?
それにこれはきっといずれ僕たちが向き合わなくちゃならない避けては通れない問題ですから。
Saint Germain is so sweet. Saint Germain's expression wavers, and he drops the deliberate smile that serves as his usual mask. The apostle of Idea looks down, mumbles softly, then raises his head. This time, his smile is clumsy and wholly genuine.
お二人は本当に強くなりましたね。
He's probably pleaded with Idea to spare her in every route. And then you get to see that conflict in his own route.
ならばせめて祈らせてください。どうかどうかあなたたちに正しい答えが見つからんことを。
カルディア、僕たちも屋敷に帰ろう。
I try to respond, but I am unable. My mouth feels glued shut. We depart the bridge in silence, a chill night breeze at our backs. Even after clambering into bed back at the mansion, sleep refuses to take me. Thinking perhaps the bracing night air may do me good, I step out into the courtyard. Isaac's a cursed daughter, born into a form that was less than human. Even though the poison within me had been nullified, I only look like a normal girl.
怪物なのだから。
I always knew. I always knew, or at least I thought I did. Coming to this realization anew feels like I see daggers thrust through my heart. Attempting to seek out some sort of warmth, I wrap my arms tightly around myself.
カルディア、ここにいたんだね。
Trying to find a good stopping place, but has eluded me. Victor, I'm sorry, I just couldn't sleep.
僕もだよ。なんだか目が冴えちゃってね。
Victor said this matter-of-factly, and the smile on his face was entirely genuine. How can he be smiling at a time like this? There is no possible way I could ever muster one of my own. Aren't you worried? The choice that woman thrust on you is unthinkable.
悩んでないと言ったら嘘になるよ。だけどね。
Victor cups my cheek with his palm, a signature gesture. A gesture that signifies everything will be alright. A gesture that suffuses me with warmth.
どうせ考え込むんだったら その時間も君のそばで悩もうと思ったんだ。ほら、前に言ったでしょ。少しでも長く君と一緒にいたいんだって。
He's so... Deep down, Victor must be even more worried than me. Yet, even now, he's so gentle, so caring. I begin to tremble. Tears well up unbidden, blurring my view from the garden. Thoroughly undone by Victor's unwavering kindness, I can keep silent no longer. Victor, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, I'm angry, and I'm scared. You don't know how awful it feels knowing that your entire future might be ruined, and all of it's my fault. You don't know how frightening it is to know that my poison might come back someday, and that I lose this, I lose you. I've grown weak. I used to be stronger. I withstood being labeled a monster by all who met me, the solitude of nights spent alone in that decrepit mansion. But my current self, I can hardly bear the thought that I may find myself in that situation again someday. It doesn't even matter that it may not come to pass for centuries. The anxiety, the fear, the sadness, the loneliness, all these horrible emotions rolling about in my chest. I squeeze Victor's hand as if I could cling to him for safety. He places his other hand atop mine, infinitely kind.
大丈夫。安心して。絶対に君を怪物に戻したりするものか。たとえ何百年、何千年先の話でも、僕がそんなことさせやしない。
His words are so familiar. He made me virtually the same promise once before.
させないよ。僕が絶対にそんなことさせない。君をこのまま死をまき散らす怪物になんて絶対にさせない。君は優しい女の子だ。怪物なんかにさせてたまるか。
But unlike all those months ago, I sense a tiny amount of uncertainty in his words that he is unable to hide. My tears glisten in the moonlight, and the silence is broken only by my sobs. Victor held me close the entire time, until at last I had cried myself out. He never said a single word about himself.
さあ、もう部屋に戻ろう。体もだいぶ冷えてきちゃったし、少し眠った方がいい。
But what about you, Victor?
もちろん寝るよ。明日も仕事だからね。
That's not what I meant. What was he thinking about? Had he decided how to answer Omnibus? My tears flow anew as I ask Victor these questions, and he gives me a pained smile.
僕の中でもまだ答えは出てない。もっともっと考えてみるよ。何かが見えてきたらきちんと話すから。それまで待っててくれる？
Yes, but you have to tell me. You can't suffer alone. I won't have it.
わかった。約束する。
Victor gives the small of my back a gentle push, and we begin to walk back inside. We were almost through the doors when I hear a most unexpected whisper in my ear.
僕は何があっても君を助けたい。これだけは確かなんだ。絶対に変わらない。
It is this achingly sweet whispered declaration that stays with me during the days that follow. I sit on a bench in the plaza just outside the Royal Society, staring absent-mindedly at the ground. The 3 days Omnibus deigned to grant us had been far too short. Then again, considering how dangerous the horologium once was, perhaps Idea considered 3 days to be a major allowance. He may not have admitted it, but we owe Saint Germain this grace period. Of course, I am completely certain. And so it has come to this. 2 days have already passed, and it is all I can do to comfort her.
僕はどうすればいい？
I have to turn up my headset volume. There we go. Now I can hear. Omnibus's words repeat endlessly in my head, growing louder with each passing hour. I must come to a conclusion before tomorrow evening when she expects to hear her answer. As things stand, regrets will plague me no matter which path I choose.
君のために僕は何ができる？どうすれば僕は。
フラン、休憩中ですか？
He's taking a break. He's distressed.
伯爵、
だいぶお疲れのようですね。私が言えた義理ではありませんが、心中お察しします。
お互い様ですよ。それは。
This man who shared in our days of adventure, our friend. Throughout it all, Saint Germain had been acting secretively on behalf of Idea, the orders to eliminate the Horologium. Our friend, our enemy, this man of two positions stood next to me and exhaled slowly.
あなたからすれば、イデアの立場は納得がいくものではないでしょうね。
ええ。特に呪われた娘と言われた時、僕はオムニブスを許せないと思った。でも同時に僕は僕自身にも怒りを覚えたんです。結局僕は彼女を呪われた娘のまま変えることができていなかったんだって。
しかしあなたは彼女の毒を抑制した。それは間違いのない事実でしょう。人形として生まれた彼女がぬくもりを覚え、人を愛することを知ったのは間違いなくあなたのおかげですよ。
そうですね。でもそれだけじゃ足りなかった。毒を抑制することに成功したら、これからずっと幸せな日々が無条件に続くと思ってたんです。そう簡単にことは運ばないって少し考えればわかるはずなのに。
It is true. Her body is not that of a normal human being. How long might her lifespan be? It may be no longer than that of an average human's. That is a distinct possibility. But like Omnibus says, she might live hundreds, even thousands of years. Scientifically, I can't rule it out.
このまま二人でいればいいって、それだけで幸せに生きられるんだって。彼女を本当の人間と同じように幸せにしてあげられるはずだと気づけたはずの事実に気づかないふりをした。その結果がこれなんです。
ならばこれからあなたはどうするつもりなのです？
仮に僕に彼女と寄り添うだけの寿命があったなら、彼女を怪物になんてさせやしない。ホロロギウムが輝くたびに何度だって僕が対処してみせる。
If it glimmers at me the wrong way, I will eliminate it.
そして彼女が持つ命の時間を精一杯幸せを得るために使ってあげたい。
If I could truly do that.
さあ、僕はイデアに入って誰かの命を刈り取る役割する。
It doesn't seem like Victor.
あなたは彼女を免罪符に使うつもりですか？ビクター・フランケンシュタイン。
Saint Germain's words sting all the worse for the measured tone in which he delivers them. I am at a loss of how to reply.
あなたが一番誰よりもよく分かっているでしょう。
I know.
彼女はとても心優しい女の子だ。
I know she's not gonna be okay with you murdering people for her sake.
自らの未来のためにあなたが永劫に人を殺し続ける役目を負う。それを彼女が幸せに思うとでも。
なら僕に一体どうしろって言うんですか。僕が一緒に過ごせるうちはいい。でも僕が人として生きて死んだ後、残された彼女はそれからの毎日をずっといつか怪物に戻ってしまうかもって毎日を恐れながらずっと生きることになるんだ。彼女が泣いても苦しんでも助けを求めても、もう僕はいないんだ。だったら僕はずっと生きて彼女を幸せに。
This is making me tear up.
それはあなたの幸せであって彼女の幸せとは限りませんよ。
But had he read into my words? After a lengthy pause, the Count continued speaking.
例えばあなたが寿命で命を失った後、一人残された彼女を私が保護することは不可能ではありません。
She will have Saint Germain.
私が監視という名目で常にそばにいれば、オムニブスも彼女の存在を見逃してくれる可能性はあります。
だったら伯爵、あなたに。
ですが本当にそれは彼女にとって幸せな結末ですか？
The Count cut my words off as surely as if he used the blades hidden in his sleeves. As ever, his manner was even and quiet, but the timbre of his voice betrayed something quite unusual, anger.
よく考えることですね、フラン。彼女にとっての幸せは何なのかを。人生の先輩としての忠告です。一人で過ごすには永遠という時間は長すぎる。
But if he is immortal, they won't be alone. And even if he doesn't become immortal, she has you, right? I cannot protest the notion. I have no conception of how many years Saint Germain has been a part of Idea, or how many missions he may have fulfilled. But somehow I am sure the Count has lived a life longer than I could possibly imagine.
ルパン、インピー、バン、そしてあなたとカルディアさん。いずれ私は全員を見とることになるでしょう。
Jermaine, you're breaking my heart all over again. This man already made me feel bad in his own route for all the friends that he has lost in his lifetime, and now he's talking about losing these friends who he's said over and over again that he's grown fond of in every route.
楽しかった時間を時折思い出しながら、もう会うこともない仲間を忍び、それでも生きねばならない。 その苦しみを考えれば、愛も知らず孤独のままの方がある意味では救いがあるのかもしれません。
それは彼女のこと言っているんですか？
ええ。ですが彼女はもう愛を知った。今の彼女は決して孤独ではない。
Did he just admit that he liked her?
だからこそあなたたちにはどうかそのままでいてほしいと思うのです。一度得たものを失うのはそれが大切であればあるほどひどく辛いものですから。
Jermaine's customary smile returns again. But if he's saying that it's extremely painful to lose someone dear to you, but he says remain as you are, he just explained how Cardia would feel when Victor is gone. Wouldn't he be in favor of Victor gaining immortality so Cardia doesn't have to feel that?
つまらぬ自分語りをしてしまいました。
いえ、つまらないだなんて考えさせられることばかりですよ。
私が言うのもなんですが、人の人生はあなたが思うより長い。たとえ永遠の命はなくとも、この先数十年というのももがくには十分な時間かと思いますよ。
The struggle? Why would you choose that word?
希望はまだ途絶えてはいないはずですから。
Sage Germain abruptly slips away from me, then putting distance between us quickly. It's obvious he hopes that I will discover the answer for myself.
伯爵、ありがとうございます。
He makes no reply, but shows me one last serene smile. And with that he is away, our coat fluttering in the wind. I doubt very much he had any intention of speaking about himself or his past. And yet he did. He trusted me enough. He was acting not as an apostle of idea, but as a friend. I like to believe I know human nature well enough to be sure. Will I become an apostle of an idea and embrace her with blood-stained hands? Or live and die as a human, leaving her alone with poison that might re-emerge?
まだどちらかの道しか選べないなんて結論は早すぎる。
I still haven't found my answer. All I know with certainty is this: I am not about to give up. For her sake and for mine.
さて、ギネビア、もう監視は結構ですよ。
忠告しておくわ、サン。勝手な行動はしない方が身のためよ。
おや、勝手な行動とは？私は知人と親睦を深めに行っただけですが。
He just plays it off.
そんな言葉が通じる相手ではないとあなたもよく知っているでしょうに。オムニブスは最も古き使徒の一人であるあなたを失いたくないと思っている。だからこそある程度の自由は与えられているけれど、それでも限度というものがあるわ。
ええ、私の言葉を受け入れ選択の機会をくれたオムニブスには感謝をしています。 ですが、私を仲間と呼んでくれた彼らに、私としても報いたかったのですよ。愛する人を失う痛みを知るあなたなら、彼らのことも理解できるのでは。
たとえ理解はできても、それに引きずられるわけにはいかないわ。私たちは歴史の管理者。世界を間違った流れに導くわけにはいかない。
重々承知していますよ。ただ、それでももう少しだけ世界が彼らに優しくあってもいい。少なくとも私はそう願っていますけどね。
Alright, so that is definitely where I'm ending. I think ending on the question if Victor is going to join Idea or remain human is a good stopping point. And then they will wrap it all up in the last episode. So I have recorded basically 2 episodes straight because I had to know what was going on. It's been a while since I think I read Victor's Root first when I played this game through. I think I don't even remember, but it's been a while. Like I didn't even know Adia approaches them and offers this to him. It just drew me in way more than all the other after stories have anyway. And I don't even remember how it ends. So I am looking forward to finishing the last episode. But if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and subscribe if you want to watch the rest of Code Realize. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.